Is MAPPA's adaptation just as good as the manga?
Shut up and sit down.
Yo, what's good? It's a boy reviews and heavy spoilers for chapter 124 and episode 81 for You Have Been Warned. First up, we've got the shot of Annie's dad and the rest of the Marleyan Eldians. We don't see his whole pose of him kneeling on the floor with his grocery bags on the floor. I think the guy's little market stall is a little bit bigger in the manga. MAPPA went in for a tight close-up shot of Annie's dad's eyes instead of that wide shot of him leaning on the floor with all the Eldians freaking out. The Colossal Titan feats in MAPPA's version are a lot more detailed and they have a lot more texture to them. You don't see the Colossal Titans marching off in the distance in the anime version compared to the manga, it's just a lot of cloud and smoke. Reiner's Titan veins are a lot more detailed in the manga. Gabby is a little bit more freaked out in the manga version. We've got a slight angle change of Reiner falling to his knees, another angle shot of Annie looking down at her cousin, plus we see more blood dripping down Reiner's back. In the MAPPA version, Gabby is not in frame in the anime compared to the manga, plus the camera seems to be looking up at Reiner in the anime. Slight angle change here, but you see more of Gabby's eyebrows in the anime. You see more of the room that Reiner and Gabby are in, the cups on the table, the window. I can't tell if it's tears or just sweat on Gabby's face in the manga, but there's a lot of tears or sweat on Gabby's face in the manga. The manga had a high angle shot of Reiner sitting down with food beside him with a close-up shot in the anime. The angle they used in the manga makes you feel a lot more sorry for Reiner. We don't see all of Gabby's face as she's slicking back her hair, plus the manga has highlights in her hair. We got a side view in the manga, but in the anime it's a back view of Gabby looking at the mirror. MAPPA went in for a more close-up shot of Gabby looking at her face in the mirror, plus we don't see the sink compared to the manga. The Titans are clearly shown in the manga, but in the anime you can just barely see them behind all that mist and smoke. Connie is standing a lot more in the center in the manga, while Mikasa looks a lot more thinner in the manga, plus you see more of Jean's face in the manga. The Titan markers are clearly shown on Falco in the anime, plus you see more of Jean's face looking down at Falco in the manga. Armin stands a lot more closer to the manga the way it's drawn, but in the anime it's a wide shot of both Mikasa and Armin. Jean looks a lot more distressed in the manga the way his eyebrows are drawn. The camera is angled in a different direction, it's more on the left hand side versus the right hand side of the manga. Armin looks a lot more sweaty in the manga. We have a high angle shot of the 4 scouts and Falco compared to the low angle shot in the manga. I think the art on MAPPA's version compared to the manga is a little bit more enhanced with clearer facial and eye details. You get more crazy angles as some of the scouts / Jaegerists are trying to take down some of the Titans. In the anime version, the camera is completely flipped around from manga to anime. Even Armin looks a lot more frightened in the manga. The manga shows a much wider shot of Jean holding Falco. You don't see the background buildings or some of the Colossal Titans walking in the distance. You see more of Connie's backside in the anime versus the manga, where you see more of his head, plus Jean is not in shot. The angle in the anime is a lot different with Mikasa and Armin on the right hand side. Connie has a longer chin and more pointy eyebrows in the anime version. You see Jean, Connie and Mikasa in the shot with Armin talking to Connie in the anime version. Mikasa and Jean are not in scene in this one in the anime. Plus Connie's looking mad in the anime. Connie's a lot more up close in the anime version. Saul Goodman from Breaking Bad is looking a little bit different from his manga counterpart. There's less detail on his face. His hair is different, his chin is a little bit smaller in the anime version, but you can see the Colossal Titans walking in the background in the anime. I much prefer this shot of the castle in the manga version. I love the perspective and the way it was drawn. Plus you see more men behind Yelena. We get a close-up shot of Yelena's eyes in the anime version. The manga has more of a Dutch angle of Yelena and Onyankopon looking at the Titans. The right Titan has more detail in the anime on his face. The dude with the glasses has a much different face compared to the manga. He has a more round face in the manga version. Plus there are a lot more frightened Jaegerists standing behind him. The way the characters are all clustered in the anime version looks like a Scooby-Doo chase scene. Plus our boy Niall's face is slightly drawn differently. I do prefer the anime version, more detailed. Slight angle change of Kaya smacking her head on the wooden door, and another angle change of the Niall Titan trying to jump Papa Browse and Niccolo. Angle change here of Niall trying to grab Kaya. I love the way his hand was drawn in the anime, love the dramatic perspective, but you don't see too much of Kaya's frightened reaction in the anime. It looks like Kai is looking directly at the Titan in the manga, whereas in the anime, she's turning her head. Plus her eyes look way more terrified in the anime. You barely get to see Niall's face getting blown to smithereens by Gabby Brown, but that ex-racist devil's face is shown a lot more in the anime. A slight angle change of Gabby jumping off a wooden box to blow that Niall Titan's brains out. You don't see Kai in the same frame as Sasha's ghost in the anime. The way our boy Isayama drew Kai's face in this manga panel makes her look a lot more stunned and in awe of what she's seeing. Papa Browse, Niccolo and Gabby are in a different scene from Kaya and the Browse family. You see more of Gabby, Niccolo and Papa Browse's face as they're looking up at the soldiers looking down at them. You see more of Kaya's face in the anime, plus there are a lot more tears in her eyes. You see more of Papa Browse's reaction to Kaya in the anime, plus a slight angle change of Kaya looking up. You see Niccolo standing behind Gabby in the anime, but in the manga, the Marlene chef is nowhere to be seen in the manga. Kaya's hair is drawn a little bit differently in the manga, it's a lot longer. You see more of Kaya and Gabby's face as they're looking up at Niccolo. Plus I do prefer Gabby's expressions in the anime. The four-eyed Jaegerist's expressions are a lot better drawn in the MAPPA version, but you don't see the Jaegerist buddies behind him in the anime. You see a little bit more of the background behind the Titan about to eat the glasses boy. You see more of the Titans and the buildings. Plus you don't see the guy on the bottom left corner crying to one of the Jaegerists. This scene was beautifully adapted in the MAPPA's version. You see a lot more blood being sliced from the Titan's nape. I love the way Charlotte was positioned with the Titans on the left hand side in the manga, but in the anime you don't really see the Titans, they're blurred out. Same goes for the four-eyed glasses boy. You don't see the Jaegerist expressions clearly because of the blur behind him. You get a complete angle change of Armin and Jean flying around in the air in the anime compared to manga. I think both anime and manga look beautiful in this shot, but I think the anime has a better perspective. Plus I love the synchronized diving of the scouts / Jaegerists. A slight angle change of Keith Sadis as he's about to attack the Titans. You see more of Armin's face in the manga, but in the anime, the camera cuts his mouth off, but you see more of Jean's face. Pixis' head is a little bit more round in the manga version, but in the anime, it's a little bit more angular. Plus, it is a lot more sad in the manga. You see more of Armin's character profile in the anime, but he does look a little bit more sad in the manga. Love the bold outlines on the Pixis Titan as Armin's about to blow him to smithereens in the anime. Plus, you see more of his teeth in the anime. We get to see a little bit more extra scenes of Mikasa slicing and dicing the Titans in the anime. The anime shows a lot more broken glass on the floor. Plus, Jean and Onion Coupon look a lot more sad and shattered in the manga. You don't see the window behind Flock in the manga. Love the extra detail of having the background in front of Jean compared to the manga. The anime went for a wide shot of Onion Coupon. Something about the way Flock is designed in the anime version makes you want to smash his face in, even though the way they drew his face in the anime looks a lot better than the manga. The anime shows two different shots of the gun and Yelena, while the manga just shows one panel of the gun and Yelena. But her eyes look way more defeated in the manga. You see more of the Browse family in the manga panel. Plus the way they drew Mrs. Browse in the background makes it look like she's 7 foot tall. While the angle of Armin's face looks more or less the same from anime to manga, Mikasa looks a little bit off in the anime, but you see more of Armin's face in this shot in the anime. I think MAPPA absolutely nailed this shot of Gabby's plea, but I do love this dramatic perspective of her grabbing Armin's shirt in the manga compared to the anime. We see more of Armin's face in the anime. You get a side view of Gabby begging to Armin in the anime, but her facial expressions are better drawn in the manga version. You don't see Armin's eyes in the anime compared to the manga, but I suppose they saved it for this scene. There's a little bit more water drawn in the manga version. Plus you don't see the broken glass by Annie's feet in the anime, and she's not spitting up the water in the anime as well. But this shot is beautifully drawn from anime to manga, even though she's not spitting up water. And that's about it. Tell me in the comments down below what you guys thought of these changes. Did you like them? Did you hate them? Which version do you prefer? Manga or MAPPA? Tell me. Like, share this video, subscribe for more Attack on Titan reactions, reviews, breakdowns, comparisons, rankings and more. But as always, thank you for watching. Boy Did Review signing out.